Happy New Year, everyone. I know I'm uploading this when it's already 2015, and I was supposed to be doing this a couple weeks ago, but, I couldn't do it because of the New Year's and Christmas and all stuff like that, so I apologize for that. Happy New Year's. Hope you guys had a good Christmas, got everything you wanted for Christmas. I know I certainly got everything I wanted, including that guy right there. The 31-inch John Cena. I did show that in another video about 2 or 3 videos ago. If you haven't checked that out, you can go check it out on my channel right now. So, that is probably the biggest thing I've ever gotten. So, that's 31 inches tall. That's crazy. Anyways, so let's get into this. This is the New Year's Eve edition of Monday Night Raw. The final Raw of 2014. And let me just say, what a year for the WWE. Especially for Seth Rollins. And I said this before in another video. I will say it again. What a year for Seth Rollins. He is the leader of the Shield. He was the leader of the Shield. He destroyed the Shield, got rid of them, joined the Authority, and he won Money in the Bank. And has been Mr. Money in the Bank ever since. So, that's pretty rough for, not me, not for Seth Rollins, but for the WWE, because no one likes Seth Rollins. But you gotta admit, the guy's got an awesome theme song. I really like his theme song, and I like his new heel attire. It's going all black. I do see that is all heel superstars go black. Whatever. So let's get into it. Raw New Year's edition. Edge and Christian, our special guest host, hosting the final Raw of 2014. 5-second pose now coming.
Think you know me?
Alright. So they make their way to the ring. They announce 2 huge matchups for later tonight. One being Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. 2 former Shield brethren going at it later tonight. Our first matchup of the night, Dolph Ziggler versus Rusev. Champion versus champion, Intercontinental Champion Dolph Ziggler versus United States Champion Rusev. So, that was our first matchup of the night. And Ziggler gave it all he could. He gave it all he could. But at the end of the match, Rusev picks up the win. And he puts Ziggler into the ropes with the accolade. Ryback comes out, saves Ziggler. Has another brawl with Rusev. And we are getting closer to this matchup with Ryback and Rusev. Probably at the Royal Rumble. Or we could have it earlier because we do want Ryback in the Rumble. Because he's one of my picks to win the Rumble. Now I did have to pause that because as we were about to have this 5-second pose now, Edge and Christian, out comes the Beast Incarnate, the reigning, defending WWE World Heavyweight Champion, Brock Lesnar. He comes out with Paul Heyman, like always, and they interrupt the 5-second pose down. We did not expect Brock Lesnar to come out. We didn't, probably Paul Heyman, because he comes out almost every week now. But Brock Lesnar, no, we did not expect him. So, they interrupted Edge and Christian. Heyman talking about Edge and Christian's career, he actually said that, Christian's career is over too. I did not see that coming, because just because Edge's career is over doesn't mean Christian's career has to be over too, but hey, they are getting a little older. Hey, that's what happens. Guess you overage and you retire. That's what happens. Overall, I thought, Edge retired back in 2010, I believe. And he got the haircut, got rid of his long hair. He has the short hair now. I don't care, because I think it looks good on him. I mean, he does look a little older with the haircut. He has, like, wrinkles under his eyes, but no, that doesn't care. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And Christian, well, I think he would have stayed. Personally, I think he should have stayed, like, maybe another year or another 2 years, something like that. Because I don't even know what will happen. last time he was in there. Oh yeah, I think he got attacked by the Shield when they were still bad people. The Shield were when he got attacked by the Shield. That was like all the way in the beginning of the year, like I think in January or February, something like that. That was back in when Edge was still. He was the only. He had the Cutting Edge show. He had the Cutting Edge on, and then I guess the Authority came out. They showed Christian with the Shield. The Shield took out Christian. Now blah blah blah, and we go a year later. 11 years later. 11 years later. 11 months later. There we go. 11 months later. Cutting Edge Peep Show. They will announce a Cutting Edge Peep Show, a combination of the Cutting Edge and the Peep Show, because they couldn't decide which one to do later tonight. So, Cutting Edge Peep Show with our special guest, the Mr. Money in the Bank, our undisputed future of the WWE, Seth Rollins. He is the special guest for the Cutting Edge Peep Show. So let's see how that goes. So yeah, it was Ziggler and Rusev. Ryback helps Ziggler after brawling with Rusev at the end of the match. That was the end of that. And now we get into Nikki. Actually, no. Ryback was actually still in the ring. After we came back from commercial break, Ryback was still in the ring, believe it or not. And he was actually talking about his career, like how he got into the WWE. And he was talking about, he started off as some guy called Ryan Reeves. Because Ryan Reeves is actually his real name, I think. They called him the Silverback. That's what he said. He said they called him the Silverback back in 2004. Then he got eliminated. And then he started back in like 2008. I don't remember what year it was. But then he was talking about, he debuted in the WWE as the Nexus. When he was in the Nexus, he debuted in the WWE with the Nexus. Also, he was known as Skip Sheffield before he was known as Ryback. And then later he said he broke his ankle in 3 different places, and he got a huge scar from his ankle all the way up to his knee. About, I would say, right here. So, about this big of a scar. So, he got that scar after he broke his said he said in Hawaii in 2010 after he was wrestling. I don't know what I think he was wrestling or something. And that was actually incredible. Like, I did not even know Ryback had that big of a scar. I didn't even know Ryback had a scar at all. But he broke his ankle 3 different places, got that huge scar in his leg from his ankle to his knee. And he came back in the WWE in 2012 or 11. I think it was 2012. And he debuted as Ryback. That was when Ryback was born. And Ryback showing us a video package of everything he's done in the WWE for the past 3 years now. Because this is now 2015. For the past 3 years now, he's been showing, been impressive every single week because he's the big guy. And also, he when he returned back in like October of 2014, he came back as a babyface. So he is a good guy again, and he's got the Feed Me More thing going again, which I'm very happy about because I thought he was a terrible heel, by the way. Because all he was just a bully. He hated bullies, but he was a bully himself. So he showed a video package of, all the dominance he did to superstars and rookies and jobbers and stuff like that. And it was pretty funny when he was throwing guys around like the jobbers. If you know what I'm talking about, there's like the WWE brings out these random people. They're they're like very, very young. Like, they look like teenagers, like adults, like young adults. And they actually make this particular superstar, this new superstar, debut with a rookie or a jobber. But they call it jobbers because they're like just, they're not even wrestlers. They're just like random people they put into the ring and they get destroyed. And I gotta tell you, if you haven't seen Ryback's debut, it is crazy because he takes out 2 guys in his debut. Not 1, but 2 guys in his debut. Tossing around like rag dolls. And it was actually this other one he did on Raw. When he made his debut on Raw, he tossed around 2 other guys. Threw 1 guy so high up in the air. He looked like the man that gravity forgot, Adrian Neville in NXT. That's how high the guy was. He was like about 10 feet in the air after Ryback threw the guy 10 feet in the air. It was pretty funny. And then he threw another guy around, tossed him he hit him with the other guy with the meat clothesline, taking that guy out, and wow. And then at the end of the match, Ryback hits a double shell shock. So that's all that Ryback had to say. Just talking about his journey in the WWE. That's all I could say. So we go into a Nikki Bella versus Natalya match. Nikki Bella defeats Natalya after Tyson Kidd apparently distracts Natalya. Yeah. Whatever. Again, I don't like to talk about the Divas match because there's nothing going on. If there was a good rivalry with the Divas, then I would review it, but there's not. So it's just a normal Divas match. So here's where we get good. Here's where we get into a good match. I'm not saying Dolph Ziggler and Rusev was a bad match, but they could have done better. I seriously thought Dolph Ziggler was going to pick up the win and put Rusev away, but Rusev always wins. Always wins. Other than that, we get into the Tag Team Championship match. This was a match that was announced earlier tonight. It was the Usos versus Miz and Mizdow, the Tag Team Champions, in a Tag Team Championship rematch. Mizdow and Miz versus the Usos, Tag Team Championships on the line. Wow, what a freaking match this was. Like, oh my god. These tag team matches are like awesome. Like, freaking awesome. Now I'll tell you why. Just because of all the action going on. There's everything going on. It's so cool. It's just a bunch of high-flying actions, all I could say. And Mizdow just cracks me up. Mizdow is just the one that entertains you the most in this match. Same with the Usos. Everybody entertained me in this match. Now, I seriously thought that Miz and Mizdow were going to retain the Tag Team Championships, but they didn't. Jey Uso went for the Uso Splash. Miz put his knees up, caught Jey Uso, Skull Crusher finale. 1, 2. Jey Uso kicked out, actually. Miz was shocked. Miz got hit with 2 super kicks. 2 super kicks. And Usos, with the Uso Splash, Jimmy does the Uso Splash, gets revenge on the Miz. 1, 2, 3. New WWE Tag Team Champions. The Usos are now 2-time WWE Tag Team Champions. So, good for them. And what was interesting about this is that they were pretty much Tag Team Champions throughout the whole year of 2014. Until they lost it to, I think it was the New Age Outlaws. No, they defeated the New Age Outlaws to become the Tag Team Champions ever. First Tag Team Champions. They lost it to the Miz and Mizdow. Wait, no. Now I'm getting confused. They lost to the Golden Stardust at Money in the Bank. Then the Miz and Mizdow win the tag team championships from Survivor Series in the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team Championship match with the Usos, Los Matadors, and Golden Stardust. The Miz and Mizdow win the tag team championships. And now we go 2 months later, or no, 1 month later, the tag team championship rematch. Usos, new tag team champions. The Usos are now WWE tag team champions once again, 2-time champions. They dominated pretty much the whole year as the tag team champions, and they started off the year as tag team champions, and they ended the year with the tag team champions back on their shoulders, back around their waist. So the Usos, 2-time champions. So that's awesome. We come back and Cesaro is in the ring. And let me just say, the Raw, the New Year's edition of Raw, Final Raw 2014, pretty much everybody was given a mic. They were given, like, the chance to, like, say something about themselves. Like, Ryback talking about his journey to WWE. You know, Cesaro made a promo saying that he's not the top guy. They think he's not the top guy anymore, but he should be the top guy. I don't know why they haven't given him the push yet. And they should have gave him the push back after WrestleMania, after he won the Andre the Giant Memorial Trophy. So I seriously thought they were going to push Cesaro. They didn't. Instead, Jack Swagger got involved. I don't know what that was. Jack Swagger got involved from that and feuded with Cesaro for a little bit. And then it just goes back to normal. Cesaro is not a top superstar, apparently. So he talks about that. And what do we get? Bad News Barrett. He comes back after a 6-month recovery. He's been recovering for 6 months now from a shoulder injury that Swagger took him out. Swagger took out Bad News Barrett, and he had surgery on his shoulder, came back, and he talked about, you know, Cesaro, you might not respect the WWE Universe, but I'm afraid I've got some bad news for you, Cesaro. So, Bad News Barrett versus Cesaro, interesting matchup here. Cesaro taking control most of the matchup. Bad News Barrett ends up picking up the win. Eye rake to the face. Gets the red elbow pad coming up. Bullhammer. Knocking Cesaro right out. Good night. Cesaro loses to Bad News Barrett. Bad News Barrett picked up the win after a return. So, Bad News Barrett is back. Hopefully coming after the Intercontinental Championship, I would hope. Because he never lost the title in the first place. He had to relinquish the title because of his injury. So we go to another random matchup here. Luke Harper and Jack Swagger. Another interesting match. This whole night was incredible just because they had pretty interesting matchups. Like Luke Harper, Jack Swagger, Cesaro, Bad News Barrett, Ziggler, Rusev, stuff like that. Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, you know, like incredible matches they had tonight. I mean, I was actually impressed with this show. Same with last week. That was also good. Raw Christmas. That was also good. But, honestly, I think this week was a little better. Because of the matchups they had. So we get Luke Harper and Jack Swagger now. And Luke Harper picks up the win. Swagger going for the Swagger bomb in the corner. Excuse me. Swagger goes for the Swagger bomb in the corner. Harper gets a boot to the face. Or he delivers a boot to the face to Swagger. Hits Swagger, the discus clothesline. Luke Harper is your winner. Now we go up to our next match, which was, actually before we get to the next match, we had a promo backstage with John Cena, Edge, and Christian. John Cena, Edge, and Christian. Actually, it was just John Cena, Edge, while Christian was listening. They had a backstage promo, and these guys were talking about the rivalry that John Cena and Edge had throughout the years in the WWE. You know, they were talking about, you know, John Cena throwing Edge into the lake. That was pretty funny. Edge being Cena's hometown. Cena being Edge's in his hometown. And then Christian's like, "Hey, remember the time when you went over to his house and you slapped his dad around?" And that's where it got serious. Christian leaves. And now Cena actually shows some sign of respect for Edge. He remembers exactly what happened when Edge came to his house with Lita and slapped Cena's dad around. Hey, but that was a long time ago. That was like 2007 or 2006, whatever. Cena shows signs of respect for Edge. So Cena and Edge are now officially friends now. They might have been friends, but they hug it out after Cena tells Edge, you're a father now, you're a husband now. You have family. Everybody has family, so you gotta look out for your family. So a good respect there for Cena, showing respect for Edge. Cena saying to Edge, "You earned my respect," and he did earn it. So Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins is next. Now, Seth Rollins actually wins the matchup here only because of the Big Show. Wait a minute. Alright, so yeah, thanks to the Big Show, Seth Rollins wins the matchup here. Big Show actually throws Roman Reigns into the announcers table, just like similar to last week when Reigns hit the Superman punch to Big Show. When he faced Big Show in that match, Superman punch knocking Big Show to the announce table from last week. Big Show returns the favor, knocking Roman Reigns. He didn't knock him out, but he cost Reigns the match with Seth Rollins, throws Reigns into the announcer's table, and then he grabs the announcer's table, literally throws it right on top of Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is buried under there. And then Roman Reigns returns the favor to the Big Show on Friday Night SmackDown, where it was Reigns and Rusev in the main event. And Big Show came out, cost Reigns the match again. Reigns returns the favor to the Big Show. Excuse me, wow. Reigns returns the favor to the Big Show, doing the same exact thing that Big Show did to him, tosses the announcer's table over the Big Show. Big Show's buried under there this time. And here, this was actually very surprising. So, the WWE announces the first Raw 2015 for next week. We will have the first ever ambulance match on Monday Night Raw. This match has been brutal. We only seen about twice. And that was like Shane McMahon and Kane and John Cena and Ryback. My mistake, three times. Shane McMahon and Kane, John Cena and Ryback in 2013 and Payback when they're in the three stages Hell match. That was one of the match types of ambulance match where Cena, he hits the AA on Ryback and puts Ryback through the ambulance. That was pretty funny. And then the other match was Cena versus Kane in an ambulance match. Cena picks up that one. So John Cena is 2-0 in ambulance matches. He hasn't lost an ambulance match yet. I said yet because anything could happen. So Ambrose and Wyatt, they had a Miracle on 34th Street fight last week. Now we will have an ambulance match. This match is probably going to end the feud between Dean Ambrose and Bray Wyatt. I say that because these guys been fighting non-stop for over the past 2 months. Well, actually, wait. No. Because Bray Wyatt returned in Hell in a Cell. Cost Ambrose Seth Rollins match with Ambrose. Seth Rollins wins. And then Bray Wyatt, Sister Abigail to Dean Ambrose. And then we have a feud Ambrose and Wyatt after the Hell in a Cell. Yes, so after the Hell in a Cell, they started feuding. So it was not 2 months, but about 4 months. 4 months exactly. Dean Ambrose and Bray Wyatt have been feuding now. So this match, I guaranteed, will end the rivalry between these two men. And I cannot wait to see it next week. It's going to be awesome. So, now, earlier tonight, Edge was saying that Daniel Bryan is going to be here later tonight addressing the WWE Universe about his career. And that's exactly what Daniel did. He came out and he addressed the WWE Universe about his future. And I will talk about that in just a minute, so give me 1 second. Alright, so Dean Ambrose. We talk about Ambrose. Daniel Bryan's out. Alright, getting off topic here. So, Daniel Bryan comes out, talks about his future in the WWE, and he's talking about his honeymoon with Brie Bella. He comes back from his honeymoon. I gotta pause this right here. He comes back from his honeymoon. 2 days later, his dad passes away. That sucks, man. That really, really sucks. Sorry for your loss, Daniel. You know, that really, really sucks. Pretty upset about it, you know. So, after that happened, Daniel Bryan went nuts. Daniel Bryan went nuts after that happened. Because before he said what he said, he asked everybody, is my career over? What did he say? Slight pause. No! That is not the announcement I came here to make. I am ready to fight. I am ready to compete. And will I be in the 2015 Royal Rumble? Yes! What an incredible moment. What an incredible night. Daniel Bryan making his return at the WWE Royal Rumble. He will make his return to the Royal Rumble in freaking 4 weeks now. It's getting closer. I'm telling you, it's getting closer. The crowd is going to go nuts when Daniel Bryan comes out. Possibly at number 30? Maybe. He got squashed. The match with Bray Wyatt last year when he was feuding with Bray Wyatt, well, he didn't come to the Rumble. Instead, they replaced Daniel Bryan with Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio was booed out of the arena. Poor Rey Mysterio did not deserve that. But we wanted Daniel Bryan so bad. So we had to boo out Rey Mysterio out of the arena. I completely get that. I completely understand that. But poor Rey didn't deserve that. But the crowd, I'm telling you, the crowd in Philadelphia is gonna go crazy, like absolutely nuts. They're gonna blow the roof off this place when Daniel Bryan comes back into the Royal Rumble, possibly wins the Rumble. Gets another match for the WWE World Title at WrestleMania, possibly with either Brock Lesnar or John Cena. We could have another match with Cena and Bryan. That was an awesome match, by the way, at SummerSlam 2013 when Bryan got screwed out of that match when he won the WWE Championship, and then he got screwed out of the match when Triple H and Randy Orton turned heel. Randy Orton cashed in. Triple H turned heel as well. Triple H was the ref of this match, by the way. Triple H hit Bryan with pedigree, blah, 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 blah. Randy Orton comes out. He cashes in on Bryan, and Randy Orton ends up stealing the title from Bryan. Here we get a heel turn from Randy Orton and Triple H, and then Bryan gets rid of the match, but he later ends up winning the WWE World title back at WrestleMania 30 in that triple threat match with Batista and Randy Orton, when Randy Orton was still champion at that time. And I'm telling you, just like last time in April at WrestleMania 30, the crowd went absolutely insane when Daniel Bryan won the title. I literally threw stuff at the wall because I was like so happy. Like, oh my god, like, did that really just happen? I'm like, oh my god. Like, thank you, WWE. Thank you. Finally, Daniel Bryan won the title. Finally. But then he gets a freaking injury. Kane drops him. Not one, not two, but 3 tombstones. 3 tombstones. 2 weeks later, on Raw, 3 tombstones. One on the freaking, one on the floor. Another one on the steel steps, and another one on the announce table. That caused Daniel Bryan to have the neck surgery and the Tommy John surgery, putting Bryan out of action for quite a while. But no one cares about that because he is back. He will return at the Royal Rumble, possibly get another rematch with John Cena, or face Brock Lesnar for the first time. I don't know how that's going to go. I don't care what happens. I just cannot wait for the Daniel Bryan returning segment at the Royal Rumble. It's gonna be awesome. It's going to be freaking awesome. Alright. Now, if you guys haven't also heard, the Ascension, this new tag team in the WWE, make their debut just now after the Daniel Bryan promo, and they actually, well, I'll tell you after this happens. So give me 1 second here. So it was the Ascension versus Miz and Mizdow. Apparently Miz and Mizdow were angry that they lost the titles to the Usos. They wanted a rematch with the Usos. Instead, they got a match with freaking the Ascension. They made their debut. I feel bad for Miz and Mizdow. They got squashed by the Ascension. The match was only like 2 minutes long. It was crazy. As the Ascension makes their debut, they pick up the win. And now we get into the final segment of the night. The Cutting Edge Peep Show with Seth Rollins and apparently John Cena, because Seth Rollins invited John Cena, which was very weird for some reason. And apparently Seth Rollins was in a good mood. I don't know why, but he was in a good mood, so. I know this video is like 35 minutes long now, but hey, I just gotta put on the theme songs because they're just so awesome. I just have to. So give me 1 second here. Here we go. Alright, here we go. So, Seth Rollins, special guest on the Cutting Edge Peep Show. And apparently, instead of inviting John Cena, he invites the Big Show. They're all buddies now, if you didn't know. After the Big Show turned heel, knocked out John Cena when he was on Team Cena, knocking out John Cena, and then Cena was out of the match. Hey, the Authority was out of power. So anyways, Seth Rollins invited the Big Show instead of John Cena. And apparently invited Brock Lesnar too. Very interesting. And Rollins was talking about, he grew up watching Edge and Christian. He was still a kid when Edge and Christian were still wrestling. All the incredible matches with Edge and Christian, and the Dudleys and the Hardys, back in 2000 and 1999, like, Seth Rollins was still a kid there. He was about literally in his early 20s, about like 19 or 20 or 21 at the most. Wait, no. No, he was about a teenager. Maybe an adult, but you get my point. So then Seth Rollins comes out in a happy mood. He's in a gifted mood, he said. He talked about he grew up watching Edge and Christian. Edge and Christian didn't really believe it, but it was true again, apparently. And then things go from bad to worse. I will say that right now, because alright, I'm gonna be a little quieter this time because they're home. But, just kidding. So, Seth Rollins turns things from bad to worse simply because he threatened Edge and Christian. He threatened both of them. Hit Christian with the briefcase, and then Edge. Oh my god, Edge. Poor Edge. He was about to get hit with the curb stomp. Rollins and Big Show put Edge down. He's about to get hit with the curb stomp. And then Cena comes out. Seth Rollins stops Cena. Whoa. Stop right there, John. You know what I want from you. I want you to bring back the Authority. It's exactly what happened. I can't believe I'm saying this, but the Authority is back in power. Cena had no choice. If he wouldn't have done it, Edge's neck would have been broken with the curb stomp on the briefcase. But Cena had no other choice. He had to do it. So the Authority's back. So the Authority's back, and they're who knows what's gonna happen now? Who knows what's gonna happen now? The Authority's back. I have no idea what's gonna happen now. But I'm feeling things are gonna get very, very bad for the new year. We will find out next week. Anyways, guys, this has been the review for the final Raw of 2014. I apologize, I'm being a little quiet because there's somebody else. But I'm out. Next week we'll be reviewing the first Raw of 2015.